How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about our next drip marketed character, which is going to be the HERTA, which is actually kind of cool that we're going to get the actual form of HERTA, which a lot of people have been wanting for a very long time. And this is definitely going to be a very special unit because, as we all know, she is the emanator of erudition, if I'm not wrong. And this is a pretty big deal because this means that she is going to be swinging with something crazy when it comes to her kit, and especially because we don't know which version this is going to be in, whether it's going to be 2.8 or it's going to be 3.0. It could very well be 3.0 with how big of a hitter this type of a character is, especially looking at what we might get later on today as well when it comes to drip marketing. Later tonight, we also have a second character most likely coming. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff to look at when it comes to HERTA. She is going to populate the same exact role as her 4-star counterpart, which is going to be Erudition ICE. So this is really cool to see. I'm really glad that we are getting another version or a 5-star version of HERTA, which in my honest opinion, I've always loved having the same character and then making them another unit, because it just allows us to be able to connect, be able to like the character even more, and be able to use them in a time where we probably might not be able to, because we all know that for the most part HERTA is kind of stuck inside pure fiction for the most part, and as an amazing unit as well. We can't even take that away from her because she is by far one of the better units in pure fiction, but it would be nice to bring out HERTA in anywhere else that's not just pure fiction. So going into the game realistically, what can HERTA do? Now, realistically right now for the erudition class by itself, HERTA right now can do something really good. Right now, we all know that the erudition characters in the game, and no, the top row is not erudition, Acheron is not, so but we have Argenti, Himiko, Rappa, we also have HERTA, Qingque, Jingyuin, and Serval. We all know for the most part that almost none of these guys work anymore inside MOC. Himiko has some times where she's able to work with the exo toughness, and also is able to work with the choir, being able to follow up them because they all have their own different bars, but they all take the same damage. So there's a lot of really good stuff that can happen for Himiko that's a little substantial, that allows her to do stuff inside MOC. Rappa is also doing really great as well inside MOC. We don't know how she's going to do without the exo toughness and without having the choir as her boss, because for the most part that is very beneficial towards the break team itself. So we are gonna have to wait and see what specifically are we gonna look at when it comes to Rappa without exo toughness, Himiko without the choir, Rappa without the choir. It for the most part just plays really well into their playstyle that we don't know what it's going to be when they don't have that as a boss. Argenti hasn't seen that much play in a minute. HERTA has only been pure fiction. Qingque is a really strong character but not consistent. Jingyuin hasn't seen a lot of play either in quite some time, and Serval is nowhere to be seen as well. So realistically, we all know that these guys are for the most part hard hitters in pure fiction, and that's what the erudition path has been for the most part for a very, very long time. We've only had this curse broken by Rappa, what it seems like I said, we don't know how it is without these very beneficial factors for Rappa to be gone and see how she does. But for the most part, it seems like she has broken the curse of erudition only being good in pure fiction, because she's able to clear quite a bit outside of pure fiction, which is really nice. And then she's also good at pure fiction as always. But for HERTA specifically, the ICE version of it, we are definitely gonna have to wait and see what exactly can she provide into the game that is going to be substantial enough for her to be used in many other contents, but also being able to work with existing mechanics as well that are going to be worthwhile in other modes. What we do know from our regular HERTA, or the 4-star HERTA, is that she's just a follow-up machine. Now, is grown-up HERTA gonna have the same thing? That for the most part is going to be really hard to imagine. For them to be able to do the same thing with the 5-star HERTA, they would have to make it insane. Like, they're gonna have to do something that is going to be like she's able to do a follow-up attack every 20% health or something like that. There has to be something that is worthwhile for her to be pulled, especially as being an emanator, which we should know that is a pretty big portion of the story, that's a top tier character right there. So yes, we are gonna have to get something crazy for erudition, because we are getting their emanator, which is their archon, if you want to say, or their Hersher as well. So there is a lot of stuff they can do here. A character I don't have right now currently that I know will probably work with HERTA if she is going to be working around as a main DPS, which we haven't gotten a main DPS erudition in quite some time, is going to be Jade. I don't have Jade currently on my account, but Jade might see some new play now that the new HERTA is coming out, and this is going to actually make quite a bit of sense, because now that allows someone like Jade to rerun, which some people have skipped, a lot of people have skipped, and it makes a lot of sense that they have. But Jade has a very high chance to resurge into usefulness or be able to be used in a meta standpoint with this HERTA if she takes on the role of a main DPS, which we haven't seen in quite some time. And with Rappa coming into the game, she of course is break, so there wasn't any chance for Jade to be able to work around with Rappa. So it's really nice to see that possibly Jade might get some usefulness or get some spotlight from where she was at before. So this does mean possibly that we are going to see a Jade rerun with this HERTA, or maybe on the other side. If not, that would be kind of crazy. But yeah, with this HERTA, I'm 100% expecting either a Jade rerun, or for people who already have Jade to benefit substantially, just because it makes a lot of sense to be able to have the HERTA, who is probably going to be a main DPS and one of the only erudition supports that's able to act off field. Now that is something as well that I'm thinking of as well that she might be able to do, which is in a similar fashion to how Fei Xiao works. I would imagine that an erudition unit would possibly have some type of stacking mechanic, where we've seen characters like Akron, characters like Fei Xiao, they kind of dish the energy system, and HERTA right now is an emanator, so she's going to be one of the higher characters. I'm going to assume she might also take away the energy system, and we might see something like, for however many units you've hit, give me a stack. Once you hit this many stacks, boom, I get an ultimate. And that's where somebody like Jade can possibly come in and shine, where she's able to hit the whole field with all of her skills. She's even able to hit adjacent on basic attack. So, and she's still the only unit that's able to do that. So I'm possibly thinking HERTA can also do that as well. There's just a lot of stuff to think about when it comes to the emanator of erudition, which is HERTA, and that she's finally here in what I would assume is 3.0, because this is a pretty big hitter to be dropping off at the end of 2.8 or 2.7, depending on how they want to end it. I don't know. It could be 3.0, it could be 2.7. This is very exciting to see that we're getting this type of character, and I'm welcome for another character to come out of a 4-star that's a 5-star. I'm personally waiting for Yan Ching to come out. That is a revised version of him, because I think he deserves it at this point with how much development he has in the story, and the story is ever evolving as well. We're going to see more units come out with 5-star versions, which is going to be really cool to see, and I cannot wait to see something like that happen. But for the most part, let me know which character you want to see turn into a 5-star that is a 4-star currently. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the video. See y'all guys in the next one, and peace.